does, and can they do it this time with Drow Visage? I've seen the Drows a couple times, and I actually saw one of the games win in like less than 20 minutes with the Drow, but Drow Visage is different. Like the panel was mentioning, it's not this bonus damage, it's attack speed bonus, and Visage, the familiars really attack quite fast, and no one else really benefits it. So it is a good. The thing about Drow is that the Gust is very good versus Weaver in majority of instances versus in the game. We'll see if that's going to be able to work out. And I also do like I think the Air Spirit was actually pretty crucial in the last game. It made the movement for DJ just so much easier and more natural. This time around as a Rubik, he has the good like damage reduction that can come in from Fade Bolt, and he has like his lift, which is good, but his spell steal this game is extremely limited. He's got like Soul Assumption, familiars are very hard to steal.
Right.
And then I would say like the Oracle spells are the best ones. The other ones are just
Gust can be okay. It's
yeah,
like it's sort of
okay.
dependent, and sometimes it's hard to find that one too.
But it's not like your comparison like a Ravage, a Black Hole, a Fissure, a Sand Stun, like something like that, right?
Yeah,
you look at
course.
Earth Spirit, you don't steal spells really from Earth Spirit at all. You're gonna be stealing from Oracle, maybe Vacuum. Like Vacuum is one could be really cool. Vacuum and Wall maybe, but yeah, a bit limited for him.
We did see kind of a cool little interaction there. Again, the sort of mind games coming together as the Drow Ranger was sitting in the mid lane, waited for the smoke to wear off, and then looked like she placed a ward, and then immediately afterwards Abed tipped like he knew where the ward was. So, you know, kind of an interesting little dynamic there. We'll see if they decide to place the sentry. Looks like they haven't.
Look at this. They're actually just killing the whole wave
oh my
before
God.
it even gets to the tower with the double Ion Shell. They even skilled the Boulder Smash on the Earth Spirit to do so, and now they're going to block the camps too. Oh, man. All right, Weaver's going to farm into the tower.
This is the new hotness right here. I like this a lot.
That's cool. I saw what Faith Beyond was able to do on Darkseer the other day versus Ramsey's Juggernaut, right?
Yeah. That's true. Against the Weaver, we'll see if he can have similar results.
Yeah,
and then immediately he rotates bottom and able to find a kill on the Ice with Boulder Smash taking level 1. Faith Beyond cuts the creep waves. All right,
nice.
EHOME.
I mean, Boulder Smash level 1 is fine to get, actually, in a lot of situations. Like, a lot of the times, it's majorly seen as rolling Boulder, but Boulder Smash it's a great ability now. Like, it does a lot more damage in comparison. Level 1, of course, is the same damage, but that slow duration it's pretty decent to chase. And he's got Orb of Venom, so they had the additional.
In the meantime, DJ's just going to try and deal with Faith Beyond, who is going to keep cutting the creep wave through, and Weaver, in the meantime, going to have to burn through some of his regen to stay in that lane as Innocence gets punched by jabs, chase forward, Frost Shield. That's a lot of damage. He does have still, if he wants to maybe turn here, Innocence just going to get pummeled down, and Ice also going to die. Oh, good salve up though, and that might keep him alive long enough. They go up for the root, and now chasing forward for more. The longest chase in the world, but eventually Lich going to have your life, I think.
Oh my God, how many mangoes did Jabs have to use for this?
Punch! Got him.
Did he use 3 mangoes for that?
He might have.
I think he used 3 mangoes for that chase. Maybe, damn. Got him. But bottom is definitely a big problem. I mean, Earth Spirit in the last game caused havoc, and again already now, Reiner dies twice. In this game too, unlike last game, they didn't have anything to actually get rid of this Frost Shield. Now they've got Oracle. They've got Fortune's Ends to dispel.
We did see the Tidehunter have to walk back to lane.
Yep.
As he died twice there. Never what you want to have happen.
Still level 1. Level 3 on the Visage now. Saving skill points to him in case whatever he decides he needs. And Faith Beyond, like you mentioned, he was cutting the creep wave and pulling it behind his tower and denying creeps as well. Wasn't actually using the Ion Shell on himself. He was focusing, denying farm from that Weaver as much.
Yeah, and already has the Ring of Health. Fine and dandy there. Has 2 Stout Shields in his inventory, so if he needs to, he can go back to cutting creep waves, but might decide to stay in that lane now that he has level 3. As the Drow going to take a little bit of a beating there. Yeah, Faith Beyond just comes back in here.
He's just going to push the wave in. He's going to try to make them lose as much as possible if they want to try to pressure him. So they actually can't go for the pressuring because, yeah, they'll miss way too many creeps. And he's going to go try to catch the second creep with the Surge, and he should be able to. As bottom, Ice again.
Again in trouble. Moving in, the punch, the Soul Assumption, another kill as that Tidehunter is going to fall.
That's pretty much a Dominator finished on Visage, and he's like level 3.
Oh my God.
That's really early.
This is going to be in time for that 5-minute catapult,
It
too.
is. Yep. He's
So
gonna have it very early on to either grab the neutral or to grab that catapult that comes.
and who really stops that pressure? If he really wants to sort of keep that on, if you move in and like TP heroes, then Faith Beyond's going to keep the top lane pushed out. It's going to be really hard to stop that push.
Yeah, they're gonna need like the Lich plus the Weaver, the Lich with the Frost Shield on top of that, Weaver with the Bug getting on top. But yeah, definitely gonna be a problem. I mean, it's so early. Dominator finished. It's 3:59 or 3:58 or 3:57 when he picked it up. Extremely early. One of the earliest I've ever seen. 3 kills, 20 last hits on this Visage.
And if he wants to, he doesn't even necessarily have to go for the catapult.
Yeah, he took a Wildkin.
Okay, yeah. So more armor for all of his creeps.
Yep, more armor, and even the tornado's frustrating to deal with as whenever you're laning versus as a Tidehunter or anybody, really. Much better start for EHOME this time around, and Drow as well, having a great farming time versus the Dusa. Can't get harassed as much. Like last time, it was an anti-mage versus double range, just getting poked every single time. Drow Ranger has incredibly long attack range in the back.
Abed going to be rooted there, down to about half HP. As Innocence is going to get ran at. They have the Frost Shield forward, having already used the root. They can't dispel it. Now the roll forward misses on Abed. They're going to try and go for the kickback. It's really tough to find that angle, and so instead, Earth Spirit lifted under the tower. They'll find a kill onto Jabs. That actually keeps the Drow alive. And now see if they can find this kill onto Abed. Has another roll in a second and tries to go for it. Misses! Oh! Just barely off the mark. Great play from Abed.
The little sidestep actually working. Now has a Salve 2 to heal up. ASD also, while being attacked by the Lich, mid-air pops the Fairy Fire and is able to survive. So both mid players. Cute little outplays.
A haster in here for the Lich.
Some nice wards down.
Yeah.
Put one around behind mid so they can watch when the Earth Spirit does come in. Yeah, watch whenever Earth Spirit's on the tower. Those trees are cut down too. It actually gives good angle of the tower.
Faith Beyond pops Mango. Turns on to DJ yet again. I mean, as much as this has been pretty good for Faith Beyond, Weaver's still been able to farm and get basically top CS at this point. As mid lane again, they're punching into Abed. ASD, seeing what he can do, needs a couple more hits. The roll, can't dodge that one. And they find the kill onto Abed. And this is the strength of Earth Spirit too. I mean, he takes so much damage and lives underneath all those tower shots.
The wand charges. Just enough. And even him just, you see how he prioritized going for stats. Like, everything actually mattered there for the Earth Spirit. He has a branch on top of a magic wand. He has a gauntlet and a circlet. That actually was just enough to make him survive under that tower. Super tanky hero.
DJ gonna use that lift and immediate TP out by Faith Beyond. Head back to the base.
But yeah, like you mentioned, MP having pre-farm. It's a Weaver versus a Darkseer. Like, these ranged heroes usually have a good time versus Darkseer.
Yeah.
So he'll at least be like the biggest, I guess, saving grace for Fnatic. Not like they're like super far behind or anything, but the bottom lane is a pretty big problem. This Visage level 6 Dominator Bassi versus a level 5 Tide farm. And they're glyphing the wave and putting the pressure on.
That Wild King Ripper alive and rolling forward here in a second, possibly by this Earth Spirit, staving the stun. They punch the DD rune. Every dang thing. He will have that frost armor on him now, which makes him a little bit more tanky. And well, actually, DJ roaming into this one as well. They don't quite have level 6 yet on Ice Ice Ice. They'd love to be able to ravage this one, but looks like instead they are going to be able to find the kill on the tower and possibly a kill onto DJ here. Down Ming moves forward, gives him the punch.
Your flesh is soft.
DD rune.
Your spirit weak.
And this Earth Spirit, he just walks under the tower. I mean, people have said it time and time again. I mean, 3.8 strength gain. This hero.
Yeah.
Is incredibly tanky, and he's setting up again for Ice Ice Ice.
He's gonna die again here. Soul Assumption, punch, done.
Earth Spirit putting in a crazy amount of work.
And this is really what we've been seeing more and more of, is these offliners just get sacrificed so hard.
Yeah.
0-4. But the flip side of that is that Faith Beyond's having an amazing time on this Darkseer.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Arcane Boots, and he's doing exactly what he does. Going for that Vanguard next. Might even do, I don't know if he'll go for the full Crimson Guard, maybe, perhaps. We'll see. It's just, you're going to see him go for the standard Darkseer items. Like. And now they can do the beauty of Drow Ranger, is where you just go to the jungle and you farm. You're the fastest jungler in the game. If you just constantly do Ancients with your marksmanship, being able to one-shot those, you just give your supports the lane. And Dusa at this point is not quite there, ready to jungle at that same pace.
Yeah.
Soon though. 2 points in the split shot now.
We have seen Faith Beyond move into the jungle and sort of either steal farm or mess around with the Medusa's ability to farm by just dropping a wall on her.
I mean, that one game versus VP, he solo killed like the Juggernaut, then he ran in and solo killed the Medusa in the jungle too. But this one, he's not that out of control. He's still pretty damn farmed, cutting the waves. He's got Vanguard.
He's about to have Vanguarded.
I mean, he's
9
walking
minutes.
in, and he's got a ward, so he knows where the Deuce is farming. So
yeah,
he's just cutting the next wave, just continuing this farm.
this is his area.
Look at that heat map. For dark people who want to learn to play darks here, is definitely a good man to watch. Especially like this, just gets so much farm. I mean, this one there's not much disable that he has to really worry about.
Right.
If he does play like this aggressive, but yeah, he's doing really well on it.
Ego, gonna send the Visage over there. Abed is gonna retreat back, see if he can get some farm on. That is a pretty large stack, and if they ever win a fight, EHOME on that side of the map, you can bet the Drow's gonna try and steal away as much of it as possible.
Yeah, I think if they can take this tier 1 tower out, then they can look for the invasion plays, and I think that probably is their next goal. But ASD does not want to leave the jungle. As I was saying, Drow Rangers, I was calling it like, it's when I was watching, it was when OG was playing and when Topson was playing and he did like the blink and stuff.
Right.
This hero does 1 level per minute, if you're doing it right with around the Ancients every single time. Maybe not at 25 minutes, 25, but like 16 minutes, you're like level 15, level 16.
That's insane. But sort of what you can expect from the hero, and of course what Fnatic know is building in the enemy jungle and what they need to be prepared for, and they're just hoping that Abed can get to a point where you can deal with it before she comes online. Is that full Vanguard done for the Darkseer? Ice has Ravage available for him now and getting towards the Vlads.
They're starting to do this Ancient stack. I think they want to get it as soon as possible before EHOME does have potential to invade. They're even bringing MP with the bugs to try to increase it. Now even bringing in Ice to make sure they can guarantee it.
This is big.
Team Ancients.
I mean, you have to do it. If you lose these Ancients to Drow at any point, your game is just over, it feels
absolutely.
like.
Yeah, it would be so detrimental to their whole game plan.
I don't know about you, but I'd Ravage for that Helm of the Dominator creep.
Yeah, that'd be pretty bad.
Ice. Just trying to hold on to this tier 1 tower in the mid lane, do whatever he can with the Anchor Smash. He does reduce that damage.
He's just beating on the familiar standard. They don't have they don't like, we don't want you. We want the tower so we can invade. Get out of our way.
The big fish. He knows his place in the world.
Level 12 finished up on ASD, and it looks like he's going to be going for the Shadow Blade. So he's going to be a hunter. And Shadow Blade in this game, he can build into the Silver Edge to deal with the Tidehunters, Kraken, and also just get in position to go for the Gusts onto the Weaver. So he can be a ganker. He's very farmed.
Good stun. Pull back in. Connect with the pull. He did instead just go for the smash. And yeah, 4,000 net worth lead for EHOME, mostly off the back of these cores.
Yeah.
And really, it's just that Tidehunter is that far behind.
Yep. And they're able to do these invasions now, right? Like I was talking about. This mid tower, as soon as they take it out, you see the path that they take. They just walked through Fnatic's jungle. They're like, okay, they cleared the Ancient stack, but now we can make sure that we get the next tier 1, and they can keep putting on this pressure. Fnatic is not at the most ready to fight right now.
This is going to be a 12-minute Crimson Guard, it looks like.
Yeah. Last time it was 9 minutes and 25 seconds.
If they take the tower, I should say. Let's get close to that buckler. And tier 2 tower being assaulted.
Oh, he's got the Crimson coming out of the courier. Yeah, the full thing.
You see some movement in here. Faithion. MP is there as well. The lift from DJ. Ice has the Ravage. Going to connect.
Stolen Familiars.
Both heroes. Stolen Familiars. Okay. It's not going to be able to keep him alive, though. Faithion needs to run here, it looks like. They are finally going to have the Crimson Guard. He's taking all of the creeps. He takes down Jabs. Did he actually do anything else here? He's just going to walk away.
No, he's gone. Oh my god. He kills Lich. The Crimson Guard delivery pops the guard. MP's trying to go for the chase down. There's another surge. He's got this shrine available to Fitbjorn. We'll be just fine as they're invading on the other side too.
Oh dear lord. Medusa in a hell of a lot of trouble, and Abed is going to just fall, it looks like. MP. And like they want to find it, but that's just going to be the false promise, and in essence is going to live. They roll forward, find the stun, is going to be able to have the secondary silence. The Gust is there, and one by one, EHOME dominate Fnatic.
And a full Shadow Blade and level 14 on the Drow Ranger now. I mean, they brought, what, 4 heroes up top. They get the Visage, which is great. They get even the Steel. They get the Familiars, and then Faith Beyond just like Crimson Guard.
Oh.
And at the same time, EHOME's making a move, and they get the better out of it.
You know what part of it is, too, is just how much more damage Wall does early on now.
Yeah.
This ability has seen so many buffs. Up to 70 damage at level 1. 70% rather.
Yeah.
And they're stuck in it.
And they're, you know, Crimson Guarded. So, yeah, problematic. That was very nice moves for EHOME. There is now we have top 3. I mean, they've had the top 3 net worths, but it's looking even more solid as... Yeah, this Drow Ranger is keeping that level per minute, as I was talking about right now. Shadowblade finished, Dragonlance, he's got some Ancient Sex too to work on, and we'll keep progressing.
It's a pretty nice steal there, the Ion Shell. Can maybe throw that on a Weaver or Tide, was most likely the best one.
Yeah, he doesn't have actually any points in the Arcane Supremacy just yet. Actually going for 2 points in the lift. I guess because he's the only real disable on the team, besides like Sinister Gaze and a Ravage.
And it looks like he might be dead here in a second. The Surge to Drow Ranger. Give him the one punch and then a couple of gusts, and yep, done and dusted.
One less enemy now.
Yeah, ASD.
This guy has looked like a superstar.
Yeah, he's been very good. His anti-mage last game maybe left a bit of a sour taste in his mouth, and he's like, "Give me Drow, I got this."
It does really feel like that last game was almost an aberration, and like EHOME has been the real just big winners in this series, almost on another level it feels like. But
I mean, last time they just got so smashed though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have the answer for the Timber Saw.
Oof, but this one is one where they might want to just end the game before the Deuce is actually a problem. And I mean, with the Aegis and with all these levels, and they've got Drow Visage, which of course it's not the same Drow Visage, but they still got a Drow strat. And I saw a Drow game the other day win in 18 minutes.
Nice little placement of the ward up there by the Earth Spirit. It's going to get their sights set on this Tier 2 tower after they take down the Tier 2 tower in the top lane.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite wards in the game. You have to cut the trees, and Earth Spirit, you know, Throwing Boulder already does that for you.
Very good vision. Just like that, I mean, you can't come and defend these towers at this point in the game as Fnatic. You will have Ravage available, although Ice is down in the bottom lane. Medusa's still trying to get towards those first real items.
Yeah, they just don't have anything to rally around a full team fight. Like when we saw top, it was them in a 4 versus 2, and that's why it was successful for them. But if it's all of EHOME kind of setting up, they're very strong around this Crimson Guard, and pretty much a full mech as well on Faith Beyond. Bottom, Ice.
Will roll in, able to escape.
No stun. The Rolling Boulder missed initially, and Boulder Smash is not stun anymore.
Well, they did take both the Tier 2 tower top and mid, so
Yeah.
sure EHOME's still feeling very comfortable. And look at that, just you take off once you hit that level 6.
Yeah. Really do. Yep, so go 16 minutes, level 16. This is where it starts to slow down a little bit because you're making more aggressive plays rather than just sitting on Ancients and farming. But now full mech, full Crimson Guard. I mean, EHOME is definitely ready to look at taking fights.
And Ice, the one that they're going to look after first, slowing down Abed and now pummeling into another. They're going to be able to find the silence onto 2. That's on the Medusa, so no Stone Gaze to follow this one up, but they are going to get the Vacuum Wall back onto 4. Not bad at all. ASD looking like he might die here, though, as Rubik was able to steal the wall, actually Vacuum, excuse me. Try and turn this around, ASD. And they kill it off in time. A good Magnetize. It's on to 3. ASD has the False Promise and is living through this one, at least for the moment, but needs to back away now. With the Shadow Blade, the right clicks, it's finally enough, and they have overextended. Fnatic punish.
That was, I mean, they want to take a fight, but that one right there is in a pretty tough spot with, I mean, the Deuce just held her ground the whole time. They weren't able to focus fire her at all.
She, still a Medusa at the end of the day, and even if she doesn't get off that Stone Gaze in the first initial salvo, through it.
They lost their Visage incredibly fast too, who is a pretty significant force of their damage right now. Visage was the first one to go down, got hit by absolutely everything. Chain Frost, nukes, etc. I mean, even though MP died, he bought back in time-lapse right back in. And they were very, they knew that they wanted to save the Drow Ranger, or try to save the Drow, because he could have false promised the Visage. He actually just walked up and threw a Fate's Edict rather than trying to save him. So, prioritizing to save that Drow. And Fnatic get themselves some much-needed breathing room. Huge chunk down.
Yeah, it's a Manta done now for the Medusa. She's got a Dragon Lance coming on out. Look at that swing. Fnatic pulling it back here.
Yeah, they got to watch out when it's just the Tidehunter in the front lines.
Yeah.
Until they have Silver Edge, which is maybe coming out eventually, but he's going for the man.
Oh, and they see the Weavers there, able to get this Sakuchi away.
Ooh.
That happens a second earlier, and it's all over. We have been seeing more and more of these Manta Deuces. Obviously, there's a lot of things you need to be able to Manta off in this game. Silences, the root from Oracle.
A lot of slows.
Yeah. Brave
Chill is one of the bigger ones. So the other thing, too, is that EHOME, in the way that they have to take these fights, is they need the Earth Spirit, and it's positioning, right? Like, the Earth Spirit and the Darkseer want to be in the front, and the Drow Ranger and the Visage want to be kind of in the back. And that's where also the Rubik getting Vacuum can come into play, too, because once they get right in the front lines, you lose your marksmanship ability, too, as a Drow Ranger, so a lot of your damage is gone, and yeah. You need to be able to sit in the back and throw your spells.
I mean, that is one of the concerns for Drow Ranger at this stage of the game, right? Is that she's really easy. It's really easy to pick off, like, squishy supports or maybe even the Weaver, but a Duso or the Tidehunter feel like they're sort of going to be able to survive through it unless she gets a lot of procs.
Yeah.
Smoke up. Has 4 up on the high ground, and fairly similar to what we saw before. They are a little bit in position here. Faith Beyond up front and center. They're going to send in the Visage Familiars to realize, all right, yeah, there's some people there.
He surged the Familiar. That was funny. Just to check it out and see if they can get the Bounty Rune. But yeah, smokes on Bounty Runes is something we see a lot more often. EHOME was kind of waiting for somebody. And are they going to find? They are.
Oh, they got the chase. And going to find that kill. And the quick tip.
Melts.
They did drop the wall there as well.
And they get the Familiars too.
Yeah, easy little pickup. So again, Fnatic making it happen, and 6 Familiars killed, 600 gold in their coffers. Not bad at all.
Yeah, Dusa's getting that room that really needed. Abed, you said Manta finished, Dragonlance too, and Butterfly's queued up now too. MP a bit behind because of having to buy back in that fight and time lapse. I don't even know if he needed to, but he did, and helped them secure it. But
oh, I like this pickup of the Blade Mail on the Earth Spirit. Like, that's his job, as you're saying, just jump in the middle of everybody. If they're going to start to attack you, you can maybe get out and get a second round of spells out if you pop that Blade Mail.
Hey, very nice item. I think usually, of course, it's like the urn and stuff like that on the Earth Spirit, but he's got a Oracle. You don't want to steal your Oracle's urn.
21 minutes in, Aegis is going to, or rather Roche should be responding in possibly 2 minutes. Depends on the time.
Pretty significant though that it was like the Fnatic in the last fight 2 versus like Aegis. I mean, his positioning was fantastic for them, but they didn't have their mech or anything either. While on the opposing side, EHOME, they had mech, they had Crimson Guard. Now it's a mech picked up on the Tidehunter, so mech ability much higher.
Yeah, and I think that Medusa's going to start to deal in some real damage here in a second. Almost has that first component of the Butterfly. Dangerous stuff. Obviously, the Wall of Replica is going to be pretty impactful if you can find Abed with it later on.
Looks like it is going to be the Silver Edge. It's actually finished already on ASD. As we expect, he was going to build the Silver Edge eventually after that Shadow Blade, but now is when they can actually look to focus that Tide and kill him before he can try to go for that Ravage with that break. A DD bottom.
Oh.
Inside the bottle. They save it for the fight.
Sell the Wraith Band here. Buys the Eagle Song. Medusa. Very hard in this one. And Faith Beyond going to be wrapped around upon. MP is there. DJ in the area as well. And Steel, Surge, run. Does he get out?
He's going to try to make space. But yeah, Bug is on him. He throws down the wall. He's just trying to make some time. Make up as much time as he can.
Can vacuum back into him maybe afterwards. But he does end up going down.
Yep.
Feels kind of weird though. Like, this is eventually going to be Fnatic's game, I feel like, when you've got this Medusa and, Tidehunter late game, Pressure Shard potentially later. Seems like it could be tough for EHOME as it becomes later and later.
Yeah, it's just like how much can this Visage Drow do is really the big thing. This Visage, seen how much damage this hero can do in a lot of times, and pretty crazy.
Oh.
And if they itemize too, it's like the best item in the game is... Yeah, he just queued up, okay. He was going for the AC versus the Dusa, but Halberd is like the absolute best. You just throw it on Dusa and she just stands there. 5 seconds.
So that 5,000 gold lead might end up paying dividends.
Yeah. Like if it was even ground, then it would be really nice. It would be like, damn, very good game for Fnatic. But it's because they have that slight advantage for EHOME in gold that maybe it's the thing to make the difference. Just maybe.
Fnatic again. Just walk forward. Ice, Ice, Ice always in the lead. Knows that he can't get bursted too quickly. They do have pretty good control over this side of the map. And in the meantime, EHOME just sort of spreading out, farming, waiting for that next Roche, which is going to be relatively short. Only 10 seconds left until it's back up.
Yeah. I don't know if they probably have to assume that this Drow has Silver Edge, not too. So that's the one thing. They really got to be careful of that break.
Yeah.
All got to be rallied around Ice 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 to help him out in case he does get gone on by this Drow. And now they do see it. I mean, bottom, it's sure. The split push commences for Drow.
So this was a really quick Roche respawn, and they spot it though with that creep, and 200 gold going into the coffers of Fnatic. Bottom lane, their pressure is going on. They've already taken Tissue Tower. That's dangerous. That's really scary.
A lot of mana from Abed.
To get the heck out of there.
He is down to 200. They passed him the bottle again to make sure that he can heal up. They've also got arcane boots too for him.
And while this is happening, you're getting some split push out there as well.
Yeah.
So EHOME, make sure that Roche is not going to be taken lightly. And they will go for the shrine up here potentially afterwards. But it's not exactly easy for EHOME to go just right into the pit either.
I mean, they can kill pretty fast with the Glad, Solo Crest, and the Drow, but it's just the fear.
Yeah.
Gotta be very careful around that area versus Stone Gaze and Ravage.
No blink as of yet for the Tidehunter. Still just going for those big tanky items, the Guardian Greaves. Medusa has enough for Butterfly right now if she wants to go for it, but would leave her with no buyback.
Yeah, with Greaves, he'll be able to at least remove the silences. That's the big thing, right? Even if he does get broken, pops Greaves, remove the silence, then he's going to be able to try to go for that Ravage.
They should know about this. Rolling away, wanting to escape, and Fnatic can't find both side of EHOME as they are up to the north. So that smoke will miss, but they can put pressure on the mid lane here and take the tier 2 maybe.
Yeah, they've finished the Butterfly too, and Abed getting close to level 20, that for 700 mana talent that we love.
On the other side, the Drow took the Gust Silence duration. Oh, Weaver. He's going in alone right now. He's going to run into the Darkseer here, it looks like.
Has BKB, so
yeah,
should feel pretty safe at not dying. He only dies if he gets
a tier 3 tower, though.
Just stun lock.
Top lane, Ego just takes it.
Okay, nice.
Oh, very well played. MP, seeing if they can maybe find a punish. They do have that break, like you talked about. The silence afterwards doesn't have a way to crack and show this one off. No Greaves, no nothing, no Ravage. They pull back in Abed. He's going to be stunned for absolutely ever. They're able to find the kill with one last proc there from the marksmanship. And huge win for EHOME.
He just bought a Butterfly. He doesn't have buyback. That's a Rax.
That might be more potentially. They get it right there. Okay.
Okay, he just got it. I was like, oh my god, he had just got enough gold for it. I was like, oh my goodness.
Well, with the buyback now, they're still able to survive through that, but I mean, it goes to show how strong it was. You just talked about it. The break into silence and they take down the Tide.
He got like 150, 200 gold from Guardian Greaves, right?
Yeah.
He was so close to having it to be able to remove that Gust. He desperately needs it. They've got Stolen Familiar, so DJ, he is sending them to scout this Roche, but Roche is dying very quickly.
Oh, Bugs, it's going to go out as well. They realize what's happening, moving into all of them. It's a pretty good route. They get hot by the slow as well and able to get the Aegis onto ASD. Silence there, onto the Lich, and now they'll walk away. They got what they came for. They're going to be happy backing out for now at least. Although, well, Fnatic wants some more. DJ throwing down those stones. They're able to catch them, and just like that, they're able to pick up at least one kill. So double for MP.
Yeah. At least they get something out of it. They needed to get a little bit. They got, as soon as you see Innocence, the Oracle dies, EHOME does not want to even try to take a fight. Wanted to be a little bit careful. They've only... they didn't really have like their ultis either. Like Wall was still on cooldown too, so...
I mean, we're seeing just how good that Wall of Replica is from the Darkseer.
It's so strong versus Medusa too. It's not even just like it kills Medusa, the teammates, anyone who walks near that wall. Gotta be extremely careful. And she's just gonna continue getting stronger, which means that Darkseer Wall is just continue.
Hasn't quite gotten that level 20 talent yet for Abed.
You know what I've been wanting to see for quite a while, even though like Dark's has been kind of dead. It's like when you see these super hyper carries, if you can ever get an Aghanims.
Oh yeah.
It's actually ridiculous how much damage it can do. And then at 25, if you're able to get that like parallel wall, that's way.
It's the dream.
It's the dream pretty much, but I don't think he's gonna actually have the chance to go for them because these items are just better across the board. Crimson, Pipe, Mech, Greaves.
Earth Spirit has his Ghost Scepter now as well, so can survive in the fights. Later on, maybe going to upgrade that to an E-Blade. We've seen that occasionally.
Yeah, they're just...
Spirits.
EHOME right now is just looking for a fight because Fnatic, they just use buyback on Dusa. If they catch Dusa, game's over.
They did also buyback on that Tidehunter.
Yeah.
He can't be outside now.
She's still not 20.
Yeah, this
Look
is...
at Abed's experience
God.
right now. He's just right there. They're trying to get it, clearing up the camps. We'll get now. Yeah, 700 mana.
Take it. There it is.
Oh, actually, this is that actually bring us up. There's a fun fact about this other one. If you actually take the Stone Gaze duration, it can prop Stone Gaze twice on people.
I like that.
Most people, I saw somebody do it in one of my pubs, and I had no clue that Stone Gaze could actually work twice on people. But yeah, you can get Stone Gaze twice during it.
I mean, 700 mana is still really,
700 mana is
really
way better, but maybe if you're playing versus AM, right? Like
Okay,
maybe
I
in
can
some
dig it.
situations.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a little fun fact, I guess. As EHOME will control the map, continue to farm. We're getting close to those level 25s, close to BKB on Drow Ranger too, which will help a lot versus that Tide.
Oh, yeah. And in the meantime, for Fnatic, they're kind of just left with the same thing. Wait for those buybacks to come off cooldown.
Yeah.
Get your next set of items by slowly farming whatever trickles into your base.
It's too scary for them to walk out and make a risky play when they don't have those BBs, so EHOME knows that they can play this suffocation game and just get their farm even higher.
Particularly with ASD not showing on map that much.
Yeah.
He's chasing MP. He wants this one.
He knows. They've got the wards too, so...
Yeah.
They're going to set up. You see the Air Spirit's
Oh my
already
God.
TPing top. There is the BKB, though, on MP.
Yeah, it's such a hard kill to find. They might be able to do it, though. Roll in here in a second. At least if you force out the BKB, it could be good. Chase, Dust, already there. Silence, slow. Can't quite get him. There's the stun. Trying to kill. BKB comes out. He's going to time-lapse, run away. They do have some vision there. The roll forward and chase, but looks like MP should escape.
He TP'd to the shrine. ASD is like, I want him. But they won't find him.
They had the angle on the Earth Spirit, but couldn't get it.
It's just such a hard kill, right? But whenever he has BKB,
Yeah.
it's going to be really tough until they have an item to go for it. Maybe someone wants to go for something like a Hex. Maybe Drow could even.
Yeah, could be good.
Could. Because the CDR talent, of course, but I don't think they need it. That's like, oh, we're doing that to catch them, but that's not them winning the game. It's like,
Right.
oh, we're getting kills, but the winning the game build is just going for right-click build. Get your Butterfly, get your AC on your Visage.
Make sure lanes are pushed out.
Yep.
It's a Blink Dagger on Tide. I mean, it is, again, like EHOME are that one item ahead of all of the Fnatic heroes across the board, but the items that Fnatic are getting do allow them to fight better.
Definitely.
They provide a lot more utility.
As long as Ice... Now Ice can't really play as like this frontliner, though. He kind of has to sit in the back and wait for an opportunity to Ravage, because he doesn't have a way to remove the silences. He can crack in if he's not Silver-Edged, but he's going to be Silver-Edged and then he's going to get silenced in the majority of the situations.
Oh my God. Drow ran around at 742 movement speed with the Surge.
Yep.
That's silly. Yeah, but it is the hunting Drow with Faith Beyond.
What's our time looking like? We got 2 minutes left on those buybacks for Fnatic, because I believe that was like what, Aegis? That was Aegis getting reclaimed,
Aegis
right?
being reclaimed.
Yeah. And they're just continuing to play a bit of that farm game, like we were saying. They're picking up these big items. They know they've got this net worth lead, and they're feeling very comfortable if this Dusa is not able to get any farm whatsoever.
Keeper constrained in the base.
Yeah, and Weaver's not farming either. And yeah, MP's level 19. With Visage is level 22, Drow almost 24. They are scaling way harder. Side of EHOME.
You can see it's just been that little bit behind what you see in averages by the Medusa. It's still sort of keeping up there, you know? It's just those other heroes that surround the Medusa that haven't been able to get as much of the farm that you would want.
Yeah, they just got no space on the map to farm. Can't step out. Now they're starting to make their move, trying to get some wards out. They've already got that one that's been on the high ground for a bit. But they have to play like this. They have to play in this. I mean, this one's not a full protect one entirely because they have the Weaver farming, but it's getting to the point because of the farm numbers.
Yeah.
Where it's just the Dusa really getting anything.
I'm wondering if it might have been worth it to go for just straight Rapier on Dusa instead of the Scotty. Like, it doesn't give the bonus damage for Wall of Replica.
That's true.
Like,
he just wants to be, I guess, a little bit tankier and stuff like that. But
yeah, that's true.
So I think they're going to have to go for an Aghanim soon on the Weaver, though. I think that's probably one of the good plays. Because even if the Dusa gets, like, focus fired, at least you can just reset fully if he's in a good position. I'm okay if he finishes them, but I think that Aghanim right afterwards.
Definitely.
Maybe, I mean, he might even just finish. I don't know, maybe he can't even do the damage to get into the midst of the fray versus this Familiar, or versus this Visage and all the power that EHOME has there.
Steel and Grave chill there. Not the greatest thing in the world. Kind of cool against the Drow.
Yeah. It looks like EHOME, they're just waiting. Keep them trapped in their base, wait for next Roche. They feel pretty confident taking the fights. Probably just also because they have a wall replica that's amazing.
Maybe trying to catch them out. This is a bold move. MP. Oh my god! And now the vacuum wall with the stuns coming down. The Ravage though to try and interrupt, and Abed walks in the middle of all of them. The Stone Gaze is working and might actually be able to make this fully go in, but the roll in now. A little bit off the mark coming from Chongqing, and yeah, Ice down very low. The Chain Frost bouncing back and forth. They've already lost 2. A buyback comes from the Lich, but unfortunately that is going to be also the Weaver going down, finding the kickback onto the Medusa to keep Abed closer and closer. They do use that Sinister Gaze to pull ASD closer, but he is just going to be able to tear them apart. Ultra kill for ASD, and this man who has done everything gets his Rampage stolen. There you go, but he eventually picks it up.
And then he dies to the wall replica illusion. What an ending for ASD there. Oh my god, this, like, he had great positioning on this Drow Ranger. They got, like you said, a beautiful vacuum wall combo, but Tian Ming in the backlines, he controlled Medusa the entire fight.
Yeah.
He literally just would roll in on top of her, then she starts focus firing him, pops Blade Mail. So Abed's like, oh, maybe not. Then it starts focusing him again, pops Ghost Scepter. And he kept her stunned the entire duration of that fight.
Oh my god, and this hits so hard right now. ASD hitting this tier 4 towers. The Rampage to top it all off, and well, this is going to be a very hard hold for Fnatic at this last time. The disarm is there. They have a glyph doing what they possibly can to see if they can stay in this game. But it's not looking like it's going to happen. There's going to be the Manta trying to stay alive a little bit longer. They've broken the Medusa. They're going to beat into Abed. Can they quite find that kill? Honestly, it looks like it's going to be... Oh, surge away, DJ! Trying to save a life. That actually is going to be able to keep him alive a little bit longer. And now, also the Stone Gaze. Lich is going to come back alive in a second. He's going to have this Frost Shield to try and keep these buildings alive. I don't know if it's going to quite be enough. There's going to be the False Promise still trying desperately to hang on. Fnatic want to stay in this upper bracket. They're going to have this Tidehunter back alive again in a second. All of the auras are there. The mech pops up as well, trying to keep everybody alive. He's breaking that marksmanship. Abed still trying desperately to live. He's on top of this Drow. Can they keep Abed alive? He's doing everything they possibly can. The damage mitigation coming out from the Anchor Smash, but it's not quite there. Magnetized on absolutely everybody. Abed, are you really doing this right now? And everybody's staying alive from Fnatic. EHOME went too far. They only get a Rax for that.
Oh my god. He kept getting the Anchor Smash on everybody. So with that damage reduction, it just applies completely to all over the place. And then Drow is also standing on top, so your marksmanship's not proccing. And the Vlad's aura too for the Dusa. I just want to watch that again. Look at the damage done by Medusa.
That is insane.
Like, what was it, like 17,000?
You look at this right now as well, and it is no buyback for 90 seconds on the Drow Ranger. She bought back after she died after the Rampage. 27,000 damage dealt by this Medusa. They're walking down mid lane. EHOME need to come up with an answer to this.
They've got the wall up. That's the big thing, right? Faith Beyond can throw the wall. They've got Visage with their buyback too. Oh my god, that was crazy watching that fight. That fight was, what, 20 seconds of them just standing on top of each other, A-clicking.
Medusa does it very, very well.
Another familiar steal coming out from DJ.
DJ, I mean, and stealing the Surge to get Abed out of trouble as well. They're walking down this lane. They've already used the Glyph. I mean, if you're Fnatic, do you think about just going for tier 4s?
Looks like they're trying to. Getting disarmed constantly by Innocence.
I mean, they're going to slowly chip away at these. They still have 47 seconds and needs to walk outside of that wall right now. The vacuum pulls it back in. The Ravage to try and interrupt. Can they do this? The stolen vacuum. Ruben pulls it back in. The Chain Frost trying to take down all of the Radiant team, but it looks like they are going to be able to escape for the moment. Still living. Abed up at full HP. Absolutely all of Fnatic is alive, but they might have finally gone a bit too far. They want to play it safer, it looks like, and maybe just take down these racks. He takes down the range racks and the melee barracks, and Fnatic are going to back out now. Somehow they keep their hopes alive.
Nobody died. Nobody died there in that. They're looking to get the pace now.
On the high ground, they're baiting it all out. They pull him back in again. The vacuum Crow is still not alive. All of EHOME. Can they kill them all off? A secondary vacuum coming from Faithbeyond. Everybody is just so tanky in these fights. Jab's trying to walk away. Can they catch him out? Ego is there. They come in from the back line though. ASD. He's being isolated though. Can they get away? It doesn't look like Drow's going to be able to escape for the moment. And Faithbeyond almost dead is going to fall. He buys back immediately as well. Tidehunter does still have buyback if he wants to do it. And somehow Abed is still living through all this, but all the rest of his team is gone, and there's the Hurricane Pike. It looks like Medusa is finally going to fall. 2 minutes on the sidelines.
And now they should be able to go for that throne.
Oh my god.
And they call it, yeah. The wrap around there from ASD, TPing on the Shrine, and yeah, 3-man Gust, and like you said, I mean, everybody's just so damn tanky in this game, but EHOME able to dish out just a little bit more damage, and yeah, these vacuums actually from both sides were pretty crazy. They both, I mean, everybody had fun. Look at them, they're smiling too. Like
what was that game?
It was an entertaining game.
Man, impressive stuff. And Fnatic almost able to hold on there in the end. It did feel like there was that point where it could have turned, but they just didn't quite